Brother. Yeah. Wow. Give me up. Give me up. All right, I decided to do a short song because I'm actually in the middle of readings. So I had to come back and speak on it, and who else could speak on it other than the divine mommy? Okay. So, welcome to the channel. My name is High Priestess Jamila, and I deal with all things spiritual. With fresh lavender scent. The scent is in the tube. So, no, it's in the tube. No. This is not a racist hangout. No, I am not a racist. But, and not just black men, any man that is spiritually inept is being cut off from spirit. And this is like the new moon. So there's certain things that you can't allow to go down. Black women, y'all are already so hated upon. If a black man brings you hatred into your life, and then also another thing, hanging around the enemy that tried to have you killed. Black women are being shot left and right by the police everywhere. This is the reason why they love Christianity so much, because Christianity is rooted in forgiveness. I don't want no Christian man, especially not no Christian black man. Sorry. If you are a black man and you're spiritually inept, you are getting cut off from spirit. Especially if you kick it with, well, first of all, this is a totally different spirits, but not only that, here's the thing about it. When you're a man and you think that you can get away with certain things, this is when you end up trapped. So if you are a man, like I said, I don't care what any man says, if you are a man that does those things, you are cut off the source. And it's because you're dangerous. If there were not angels and guides and deities looking out for black women, they'd be screwed. You're cut off from spirit. That's just the reality of it. You can try to get reconnected, but you're going to have to pay some debt. And you'll probably, like a lot of them, they'll take it to their grave, y'all. They will go into the next lifetime with that debt, wondering, why am I having such a hard time? The women that you try to beat, rape, kill, and pillage, they'll be okay. You were created by the woman to protect her. So if you are a man, and we spoke about this last night, guys, about these men that are not spiritually protecting you, that's why a lot of you women are falling with bad health. That's why a lot of y'all can't get nowhere because of men like that. And see, this is the problem. They get desperate, so they begin to make up things. Just like this idiotic man that claimed that I asked him to co-sign for me. I have never asked, nor would I ever ask an internet troll to co-sign for me. But it's just ridiculous. And the reason why these men are spiritually inept is because they have no self-control over themselves. They end up destroying their own lives. Another thing that I see a lot of Black men doing is feeding Black women and their children. I brought up the point, why aren't you protecting your children and your baby mama? And I was cussed out. I was shamed because of it. In fact, that person didn't even answer the question. So a lot of these men are just stupid. Hurt you, but why would you be hurt by somebody like that? Especially somebody that you see as your enemy. And these Uncle Ruckus Black men, oh, y'all definitely cut off. This is a Black man that thinks that Black people in general are low because he thinks it of himself. You cut off from spirit. The reason why you're cut off from spirit is because a lot of y'all feed y'all families to psychic vampires and vampires. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the symptoms of feeding. You get very nervous. You can't concentrate. You're upset. Oh God, I'm angry. And so with this guy, it's like no one cares. So this means that he's not feeding. He's trying desperately to feed for this dead, spineless, soulless person. But it's not working because you're cut off from source. You don't have no access. You are without access to the spirit of the divine feminine. That's why you're so confused. That's why you're falling apart. That's why your skin is falling apart. You can tell a lot about a person by their skin. They have a lot of holes in their skin and stuff. Something's eating you up. Now, there are people with acne problems that don't have that, but y'all know what I'm saying. And then, especially when these Black men get on drugs. So I've been sitting here doing readings, getting work done, and all this man does all day, and with which a lot of them sit around and gossip with a bunch of women. You're not in your divine masculine energy. You are an effeminate male. You can get angry at that and lash out and lie and sing and dance and buck dance and do whatever you want to do, buddy. But this is the reality of it. And you are an embarrassment and a disgrace to your ancestors. Facts. Papa Legba. Oh my God. That's who comes and visits you and torments you. Oya, Yemiya. Yemiya is one of the most powerful. Okay? You cut off from spirit. Okay? And folks is laughing at you. Literally. Like, look at this stupid fool. All of the ancestors laughing at you because you're making a buffoon of yourself. It doesn't make any sense. But this is serious business. This means you ain't got no access to no healing. You don't have no access to no good spirits. You don't have no access to grace, nothing, trust, nothing. Whatever you have right now will never grow. That crazy check or whatever you getting that you bragging about, that's way less than what most people make. Mm-hmm. That's what you're gonna have the rest of your life. So it's a new moon too, y'all. Oh my God. I feel so free. Ain't you happy to be rid of Mike? We're all happy to be rid of him. We hope and pray that it is forever. But he's cut off from spirit anyway. At this point, he's an empty seater. Like, and it's difficult to watch somebody go through that. I mean, he's so confused. He's so confused that he has to resort to lying. It's ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure that he knows it. There is nothing that a man can do for a woman that he can't do for himself. So, you've been cut off from spirit, but they tried to give you a chance because you know how they be praying and stuff. Christians are the weakest link. That he bragged about being a Christian the other day. He bragged about being a Christian. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. Get the good energies going. He bragged about being a Christian, and look at the behavior. He is so dumb. And many of them are. That's why we call you spiritually inept. You're a puppet. You're an empty seater. No one depends on you. No one. No one depends on you. And the way they lie. It's sad, y'all. I'm telling y'all. He'll walk away from the experience with nothing while people laugh in his face. It's a constant cycle of up and down. Most of these men do. In fact, you know what the thing of it is that I'm sorry, I'm not angry at anybody. If anything, it's going to be hilarious watching you be made a fool of by. He goes through this constant cycle. And I don't know where his negative opinion of me came from. That comes from himself. So, he's spiritually inept. He's been that way. And this is the reason why. This is why he got led to prison. He'll probably get led back there. A lot of them do. This is the reason why a lot of black men go through what they go through, because they're spiritually inept. They don't know how to. And I asked them, I said, why aren't you protecting your family? And I'm gonna tell you, I know a lot about that person. And I'm gonna tell you that this person's baby mama does not want him anymore. And I see why, because he doesn't protect his own family. probably not even allowed half the time around his own children. Alienated his son because he was jealous of him. And see, this is how it trickles down to your children. A man that is spiritually inept, a black man right about, I'm quitting. You look so stupid. I'm sorry. This is the education that these black men need, and he behaves like one too. That's why don't nobody want him. The earnings potential is at zero. Confused, lost, angry, sad, and turned out is what a lot of these I swear that's why a lot of people was disliking his videos and stuff, because it's obvious, and it's like, dude, you need some help, mainly spiritual help. I hope I don't get copyrighted for the song. When you're a 43-year-old man and all you have to look forward to in the morning is turning on your camera, lying on people, perpetrating a fraud, harassing people, stalking people online, that's a sad, pathetic life. Nobody's asking this man, what example are you setting for your children? Do you hear me running around here acting ignorant? No, you don't. I always have something intelligent to say. If you open up your mouth and lying, I done put out so much money this week already, dropping 1,000 here, 1,000 there to get moved, and then I gotta pay for movers, which all that is covered, dude. Like, you the one that's sad and upset and confused with nothing. And this is exactly what you're gonna end up with. You're the hanged man. You can't win when it comes to a woman, especially a witch. It's sad. It's sad. And you know what? I was thinking about throwing the cards to see where he will end up and to see where you'll end up if you plan like that. If you're spending, not me, your bad energy can't affect me. You're the one that's being used as an empty seater for demons, soulless, a soulless being with no consciousness. The reason why these black men are soulless is because the third eye has been calcified. And they want to be the great white hope so bad, but none of them have anything hardly. It's so sad that you're a man and you would have to compete with a small business of a woman. Y'all know it's sad. But the problem is that, you listen to these men. Now, if I was to show you what I have in my bank account, which I don't have to do that, you are actually that low about yourself that you have to take the situation of your sister. You've been on my mind, oh, sister. You're one of a kind. Oh. Yeah, I like that song. Okay. He actually did that and resorted to, if it's not the truth, it's not the truth. And another thing, he's very jealous of the places that I'm about to get because his house is very cheaply decorated. That floor is cheap. He's got a lot of problems with his house. He has plumbing problems. Okay. And always bragging about a house that he didn't buy. It's just so, I swear to God, you can tell by his behavior that I'm going to buy a house before him. And he's like, no, you can't buy a house before me because I'm a man and I'm older than you. Oh, goodness. Guys, it's sad. And you know what? The potential could be so much more. But unfortunately, a lot of our black men, they don't know their potential. They're lost boys. They're lost little boys. Now, my sons ain't like that because I'm moving to a different area and my son will be getting a job as soon as we move because it'll be more spread out. My new house is much bigger. I'm going to come and give y'all the real version. He's a liar, and my new house is amazing, has a lot of character and charm as well. Beautiful home. And he won't tell you that side of the story because he's so socially and spiritually inept. It's sad. And what they'll say, I've seen them saying, well, if she got all that money, why? Look, I work just like everybody else. I work for my clients. Some weeks I'll make 2,500. Some weeks I'll make 1,500. Some weeks I'll only make 500. But it all levels out to the goal that I have set for my income. Now, if you are a 43-year-old man and you have nothing else better to do than to sit up here and come online and lie to people, I have never asked that walking and talking zombie to co-sign anything for me. In fact, the plan was always to never tell him where I live. And he's upset about this because he cannot, anybody can control him. Another man, a woman. I can't, y'all. I can't. Y'all, I'm about to sit here and relax. I gotta get 3 more readings done. And I was just waiting for a reading to upload. So I gotta go. I'm not gonna be here that long. But I wanted to give y'all the real deal, Holyfield. Hit the thumbs up. Look, let me tell y'all something. This is a man that doesn't pay for anything. He sits around playing video games, smoking weed all day. Literally, that's all he does. He's not changing nobody's life. He's not doing anything for his community. He hangs around racist women that tried to have black women killed. You are at the bottom of the totem pole. You are trash. And that's the reality of it. Stop trying to cover it up with lies. And then also he let everybody else play him because I told him straight up, go listen to that hangout that I did the other day. When I was talking about how men do not like it when a woman does not need them. He got very upset and agitated. It's like, dude, my life has nothing to do with you. My financial situation has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Like, why do you keep doing this? And this is the reason why black women have white men. This is the reason why we don't want, this is the reason why a majority of black women If they want to truly find a good man, they have to either go to a whole other country to look for somebody with some good sense, or they have to go outside of their race, considering the choices that we have. You are a spiritually inept black man with not a lot of intelligence. And it has been said over and over again, and the people that speak this truth about you. Because look, if you actually had something in life, would you need to be in social media harassing women? In fact, I'm the only thing that this dude had in life. He used me as, and he don't even make no money. Literally, this dude made a $50 donation. That was it. Nobody's actually, nobody cares. And then also, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's drugs. I think it's a drug problem. I think that when a man has a drug problem, and I believe this one has a drug problem, his complexion wouldn't be so messed up. You got holes in your face. Clearly, there's something going on. So, and he got to live with a woman to take care of him. A man that can't take care of himself is usually probably a drug addict. So this is the reason why he felt the need to, he always does it. Who cares? We all know the truth about you, and we will never lie to the public. You will never be able to perpetrate a fraud because in real life, all of your children are suffering. Your son hates you. This man's son hates him so much. The grandmother had to take custody of the son because he kept harassing his son, and he's very negative. He doesn't know how to raise anybody. And this is the reality of it. Please believe that the way that this man treats everybody in social media is how he treats his own family. And he got a generational hex on him. And he got a generational hex on him. So, dude, let me tell you something. I just dropped a couple of thousand last week to get my place. And this dude is out in social media telling people we don't have nowhere to go. It's just sad, man. It's sad. You're sad. You're sad. And you know it. And there's no other way to cover that up. There, you can't cover it up, buddy. You know what? My money is always guaranteed. Yours isn't because you have to ride my back. And that's what's sad about it. I am the boss and you're the codependent backbiter who hangs around backbiters who backbite off of me. But in reality, it's all a hoax. It's all BS. And it's like, what is your mental problem? God, you do this over and over again and you have the same outcome, stupid. These people have done the same thing. This is just like a person going around on a circle. You're literally like a damn hamster or a gerbil on a wheel going around in a circle looking stupid every time. Now, I had to check this man. You know what I told him? I said, dude, I've been getting places on my own for the past 20 years. I don't know you. I just met you in 2015. It's ridiculous. It's like, and then see, what he doesn't realize, hold on, wait a minute. He does realize this, is that he tried to convince me to be codependent on somebody that was not dependable. He don't have nothing. He's jealous of me because I make more money than him. What kind of effeminate male are you? And where is your mama? Why did your mama raise somebody like you? How did this happen? His mama is sick. dying, got kidney problems and stuff. This is a sadly a normal case in the black community with this man. It's really sad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real quick. The demon of patriarchy struck again. You don't have to actually be a man that has something or a man of means. You can just front like that in social media. You can just front. In the meantime, he's online begging for donations, running a scam. He has nothing to do with none of the money that I make. He tried to tell me one day, he was like, if anything, being with me is good for your business. I said, no, it's not. I said, you too messy and you always talking crazy. And I said, dude, you can't mess with my business. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? I was like, everybody knows that you're a complete idiot. They laugh at you. You ain't taking care of nobody. You ain't taking care of no business. If you had to go to court right now to prove that you were taking care of your children, you couldn't do it. That's the truth of the matter, is that his oldest son is mad at him because he can't do nothing for his son. He ain't gave that boy nothing. His baby mama's mama got to raise his son. It's sad, y'all. It just really is. He's jealous of his son because his son is light skinned. I thought black men had self esteem. Where did y'all find? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna ask somebody because I want to see that roast video that I did years ago. Because years ago I was roasting them. Where did you find a black man with such low self esteem? Where did you find him at? It's actually pretty funny. It really is because the self esteem is just on the floor constantly. Where did you find this? This is like an experiment. This is, and the people that literally take care of him, he told me, he said, I went, I said, you're not doing nothing with your life. I got a refrigerator full of food. I got food. I said, dude, I don't even want to get into it. He gets food stamps. He's getting a small amount of food stamps. That's what he gets. He's very jealous of the fact that I can do it on my own. He can't hide his jealousy. Look, maybe instead of disrespecting my spirits, maybe you should show them some respect and then maybe they will bless you as well. So he thought that having me on his platform was just going to automatically bring him money. My spirits ain't going to bless you with no money, dude. Not as long as you're being disrespectful. Then he tried to tell me that I messed up his job on YouTube. I said, dude, you wasn't doing nothing. I was like, everything you were doing is just going to lead you to jail or hell. What are you talking about? You need to take up something different. And it's sad. But being that he has no spiritual protection and he thinks he's a Christian, dude, you're not a Christian. You are outside of that religion. That religion does not love you, dumb dumb. I'm a Christian and I'm Jesus. He tried to tell me he was Jesus. Oh God. I just think it's bizarre. And that bizarre behavior. And then last night I proved that he was a liar. And he still would, it's like you don't have a problem with lying, do you? I think, you know what I think? I think that I think that the Belial demon has control over him. He's demonic. He is such an idiot. Like nobody respects you. Then he was talking crazy about me. It's like, dude, I am booked up until Friday. Do you understand what that means for me to be booked up until Friday? He don't. It flies over the cuckoo's nest. So, we don't have anything like that. He's trying to be, and then of course, men like him always try to make it seem like it's more than what it is by saying, oh, I was going to do this for you, do that for you. It's like, but I didn't ask you for that. And you look silly right now. It's just, he's so silly. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna go and flag down his channel because he was using my audio. So, that's a sign for I'm really not proud of my behavior. Please flag down. Hey, why don't you stop running around here being a zombie Christian and start using your power to protect yourself and your family, and you won't be such a failure in life. If you are a spiritual failure, you're going to be a failure in every other area. These are facts. If you don't have your spirits right, buddy, it ain't no hope for you. Carla Brown, you're right. Carla Brown said that's why black people are getting kicked around, but I'm not. My life is cool. I'm just waiting on my unit to get ready. They got to do some. Here's the thing. I didn't tell him nothing. Let me tell y'all something. I didn't tell that dude nothing about where I was really moving. He doesn't know anything. My place is going to take until the end of the week to get done for them to make some last minute fixes on it. So I obviously already have my ducks lined up in a row. And I can't ask my landlord for more time here because it was a court ordered, not court ordered, it was, we agreed upon it. So, dude, I'm not going into a hotel or anything like that. So I'm not going to say where I'm going to, but trust and believe that somebody like me in my position financially, I can afford an Airbnb, buddy. So that's the only thing that's going on is that it's going to take until probably about the 8th for my unit to be ready. That's the only thing that's going on with my moving is that it's not ready yet. He trying to make it about money or bad credit. Dude, I don't have no bad credit. It's a constant thing. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have that kind of relationship. He's spiritually an at black sector investor. That's what it is. Because he was just bragging about being a Christian. Is this how Christian people act? Wow. It's the most childish form of manipulation that I've ever seen. And it's like, dude, I've got 5 consultations this week. I make very good money doing what I'm doing. He never, like every time I tell him that, I told him, I said, I'm fine. I said, I make good money what I'm doing. No, you don't. I don't believe you. Because he's a loser. A loser is not going to be, it's like, well, it don't matter whether or not you believe it or not, is what I told him. He's sad. He's a sad person. He feels sad about himself, is what I'm telling you. He's a loser. That's why he gets online every day stalking people. Do you see that dude doing anything? What do you see me doing? You see me doing readings. You see me doing some amazing shit. This dude over here watching and angry, sad, because he has nothing else better to do. His mind is mush. He's allowed himself to turn into a vegetable. He's in a vegetative state. I told him, I said, look, even if I was let's say, let me give y'all a scenario. Let's say that I had 2 grand in my savings account for my moving expenses. Okay. Now let's say that I needed 500 to 1,000 more. You can take that 2,000 and go and stay at either an extended stay or an Airbnb when you're an entrepreneur. And then you can just make that money that you need. And then some. It's the new moon. It's the beginning of the month, basically, dude. I have money. And I told him that. And he bought his raggedy self on here and tried to play that game again. And the reality is because he don't have his stuff together. Okay. And a man like that is very dangerous. I'm over here sipping my wine, chilling. How is somebody broke when I can afford to pay movers? I don't know why these people do that. I don't know why, but y'all about to see my Bombay ass new house. I have an apartment that's a hellhole. I can't do any spiritual work. The lesson I've learned: never rent from a Jew. Oh, well, I'll never rent from a black man again unless I throw the cards and it tells me that it's going to be a good experience. Thank you, Black Sector Investor. He is very jealous of my success. Yeah, but Black Sector Investor, don't you think it's because he's on the DL? He's jealous that I get male attention, but I think it's because he's on the DL. And he claims that he talks all this stuff about old boy, but I think he in love with him. I think it's a love affair. He's obviously very jealous. And he's like, give me attention too. Me too. Me too. Like, that's literally what he is, man. I'm telling you. And it's like no woman wants to date her competition. You're a male that's looking for a man. Like, I've been done expose him on that. Like, I've been knowing he's bisexual. Yeah, exact. Black Sector Investor, exactly. And he's probably wearing a wig and a full face of makeup right now. Like, right now. He's playing dress up as a female. He's very effeminate. He loves to let women and men dominate him. But I'm sorry, he doesn't have a lot of ethics. I would never ever have this is one thing I can tell to a black man. I would never ever have a racist that I would ever speak to or be cool with that tried to have a black man killed, an innocent black man, whether or not he was innocent or not. But I was innocent and this chick tried to have me killed. So that's very serious. He doesn't have a lot of ethics. He doesn't have a lot of scruples. He's very unscrupulous. This is why he's going to probably end up in jail again. His family would be happy to see him in jail again. His family was calling him from New York, asking him to come and beat somebody up for them or do something to somebody for him because they want to lead like he needs to be in jail so that everybody else can be safe. And if he went to jail, none of his family would accept his collect calls. None of his family would accept his collect calls if he was locked up. Okay, and I'm sorry, black man, but if you're 43 years old and you're acting like that, everybody is giving up on you because you've given up on yourself, buddy. And then a man like that will always play victim and then say that I'm playing victim. Well, how am I playing victim? I didn't ask you for nothing. It's funny how they'll try to speak to what you have financially when you don't ask them for nothing. And black women don't need you. And you know what? He'll try to play the black card. He'll say, I'm a black man. And slavery messed my people up. And then that's when the ancestors would start going, boo, 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 boo. They'll start booing him off the stage. They'll start booing you. Because it's like, dude, you are a complete and utter enigma. Ancestors don't like that. Especially when you trying to have a black, when you cool with somebody that tried to have a black queen killed. Oh, you cut off, buddy. You ain't gonna have no good luck. They'll cut you off from your luck. They'll cut you off from everything. What's up, Donovan? I'm just telling y'all what I know. You better make a better choice because I am blessed and highly favored by spirit, baby. The reason why, and then we'll act like, well, you living in that house. I lived here by choice. I don't have to up and jump up and move nowhere. They thought that because they was doing the CPS call and I was just going and then he was stupid enough to believe that I would actually tell him where I live. That was hilarious. I'm doing amazing. I just put down the deposit on my new place. Not only that, I do so well on my business, and I need for you guys to not listen to that stuff. I do so well on my business that I actually put down a deposit on my new place, and as well as I'm going to stay in an Airbnb until my place is ready. So not only that, I can afford lodging for my family that I don't have to feel like I'm in a hotel. I was like, I'm not going to no damn hotel. He tried to suggest I go to a hotel. Then he called me Thursday morning talking about there's a extended stay over here by my house for $19 a night. See, he was trying to sell me cheap because that's all he can really afford. Now, if I was staying in an extended stay, I wouldn't have a separate bedroom for my kids. So he wanted to make sure that I was somewhere cheap and close by so that he could rent us a room and we could go, do whatever. Dude, I'm not going to sell. I don't have to do that. I wouldn't even take that path. My path is not to that. So here's the truth of the matter. Not only did I put down a deposit on my new place, I also am paying for a separate place for us to stay until my place is done. And it's not a hotel. He's jealous of that. Period. Oh, he's going to get many videos made about him. Sadly, the videos that are going to be made about him are going to still lie to him because it's like, look, this is doing good without you, buddy. And you're not going to tell my other black sisters, oh, no lies. Don't listen to nothing he's saying. I look, he's a liar. I got a cute little Airbnb that I'm about to go stay in for like a while. So I'm finally gonna get that vacation, thank God. And he was like, I'm gonna come and see you when you go up in there. It's like, no, you're not, but I'm gonna pretend. He was gonna get the curving of his lifetime. He was gonna call me and be like, so where you at? Can I come and see you? Click. No, and I'm gonna change my number as soon as I went in there. So, guys, there's always a will and a way. And if you guys are going through something, you know you can call your girl. Okay, now spirit gonna test you to see where you at. Now, first of all, I'm an entrepreneur, so I control my money. He felt like he feels that when he talks bad about me, that he's controlling my money. Dude, what are you talking about? Like he's been doing, he does the same thing. He does the same thing every time. No one cares. It's like, dude, you are this. Don't you think this has gotten a little bit redundant? Then he's jealous of my movie collection. I can buy movies. I spend probably roughly about 50 to $75 per month on Netflix and buying movies. I got cable. You don't even have cable. I got cable. It's like, dude, are you really this programmed? And the reason I can tell you this is because he actually um, was very down on his baby mama like that too. He told me that his baby mama started driving a school bus and then quit. So he's just a liar. Then he told me that his baby mama paid off his cars, and I was like, okay, well, what's the problem? It's like, what is there a problem? Like, I think he was trying to say that to prove that and it's just all a fallacy. Like I'm so sick of these fake black men that don't really have nothing. Now, if you are a black woman that could afford to put a down payment on a house, to put your deposit on your home, okay, and pay for an Airbnb for 8 or 9 days, are you broke or are you doing bad? No, that man is broke and doing bad. I'm doing good. It's like, what the, like, really? Oh, you ain't got nowhere to go. It's like, well, yeah, I do actually. I'm going to a fully furnished place that's really nice. And you know what? They got a couple of them tiny houses down here. I thought about staying in one of them. That would have been an adventure. But guys, I like to have space. So I'm probably I'm not going to say where I'm going, but you guys will see it. So you'll be able to see my background because, of course, I'm going to go live while I'm there. Of course, I still got to keep my business going. I got to make my money. And I do. And you know what? So I'm actually a leader in the black community, and he's trying to discredit me and throw shade at me, and it's not true. These black women don't need to know the truth of my success so that they can connect to their roots and connect to their ancestors and believe in themselves. This is a man going down a very, very lonely and destructive path. And we're going to always get you. Okay. Oh, please believe that we're strong enough and see this ain't even, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let me tell you something, ladies. The man that you have children with, the man that you may have divorced, he will do the same thing to you. Now, I support all businesses. I do, but I support businesses. I support Black female owned businesses. And you know what? Black women need to support each other. 99% of my clients are Black women. Since these women have came to me, their life has gotten better. They are enjoying life because I am good at what I do. And then I also set these women free from these chains that these Black men have created for us. And they can no longer blame the white man. I'm sorry, they've been blaming the white man for far too long. We're not gonna let you no longer put in. And last night, y'all, I was watching Supernatural while I was lusting over Jensen Ackles. Okay. And it's not necessarily that he's a white man, but it's the fact that he's fighting a spiritual war and he's very protective of women, and they're fighting an honest war. You know, if you're a Black woman, this man is on the other side. He'll be wanting in an instant, he'll be wanting you to be killed because of his low self-esteem and his unintelligence. And you ain't gonna hurt no more Black women. Our sisters need to know and not only believe in themselves, but everybody believes in me. And I spoke about that, how he doesn't believe in me. Well, don't nobody care if you don't even believe in yourself, fool. You 43 years old and you still don't have no plan. I got little cousins that are younger than you that done did way more than you. I got a cousin that is doing better than you and he just got out of prison. And he's doing something with his life. That's the problem in this 20 years or however long that he's been out of prison. And it ain't been 20 years. I think it was in 2008. So it hasn't been 20 years. But in this entire time, he has not done anything with his life. And yet he's going around the internet forcing himself on women that are vulnerable to him. Now, I've never been vulnerable to this dude. Now, I've started to protect myself because he was doing love work on me, and I started to protect myself against that. So you do have to put up your protection because a man like him, I call them a loser latch on. Why couldn't he get up this morning and cook a nice breakfast and show had some good sense? No, he had to get up in the morning and try to degrade somebody else because he has been degraded himself. His whole stilo is a lie. He made it look like he owned this and he owned that. He don't own nothing. Not a thing. The only thing that a man like that could possibly do for you is have sex with you. And half the time, he ain't going to be able to get it to even satisfy you. You got to be real desperate to have to settle for something like that. A man like that will never believe in you because he doesn't believe in himself.
Mom,
So,
Mom,
and that's just the reality of it.
I want to sleep.
You what? You lost the game, baby. Well, why don't you play Sonic?
Sonic?
Yeah, play Sonic. Here, baby. Take your vitamin. Yeah, I gotta give him a vitamin, y'all. And men like that are horrible for children. They're very unstable. Can't have them around children. You know, because they don't set a good example. You got up in the morning and decided to try to lie roast somebody that has done nothing to you. Here, baby. Trust and believe you did it all to yourself. So yeah, y'all, and I'm real excited. I can't wait. I'm gonna have so much space in my new house. I got hardwood floors. I got I'm gonna have a lot of bedrooms. So we good over here. Well, I don't need a man, black sector investor, but if I did have a man, it would be a better man than that. He's not even my man. So he can't speak to anything that I'm doing. He can't do that because he's not my man. He would love to pretend to be so that he can sell his narrative because he needs $50 for some drugs. Okay, but you cut off from spirit. I gotta go, guys. You cut off, buddy. Okay. I gotta finish the rest of my readings, y'all. Oh, by the way, guys, I've got 25-minute readings on my Etsy for only 20. So if you guys want one, you can go to the Etsy. Now, I don't get my money instantly. So, of course, I already have money in the bank. Shawty, what you think? We doing good. So that dude is pathetic. It was pathetic for you to go on there and try to make it seem like I was doing bad. Very pathetic. Trust me, if I was doing that bad, I'd probably be getting a bus ticket to go back to Kansas City. If I was doing that bad, I would have been to call family members. Why would I call you before I call a family member? Who would do that? So some of them, and I've never seen anybody that quite did something like that. You don't have any children over here. You have no responsibility. You have no power. No power whatsoever over here. I've been sitting over here chilling, listening to music while he over there flailing around, trying to get a donation. Have I asked for donations? Do I have a donation link on my Etsy? No, because I've already been doing consultations for people for the last month. See, you and if y'all want to start your own business and be successful, y'all know who to reach. I'm booked up. I got 3 more readings to do in there, and they're only 25-minute readings, but they're very, very lucrative. Because when I bless somebody, I get blessed favorably. If you want to get like me, then you got to show some respect. And it ain't no game and it ain't no hustle. I got way too many testimonials. Go visit my website, tarotqueenjamila.thedivinemommy.com. It's still up. I'm gonna wait until to integrate the new credit card processor because I got way too much stuff going on. I get that paper, Donovan, but guess what? I actually do good stuff for people. I work hard for my clients. I have a lot of ethics and a lot. When you get that kind of trust and love, why would you need to doubt yourself? And don't ever tell these men what you got, because what they'll do is they'll take it and twist it. I told them, I said, look, I've got all the money that I need. I don't need you for nothing. I don't need you to co-sign for me for nothing. Okay. And, I think the next time somebody comes to me like that, I'm going to say, hey, no, thank you. I won't even humor him on it. He can't co sign for anybody. He has a felony on his record. So if I were applying to a place, wouldn't I use a more reputable co signer if I needed one? Which to get the place that I want, I definitely do. So I'm patient. Okay. There's ways of getting a place. There's ways of getting your own place. If you guys need to know what that is, you guys know that I'm always here with a wealth of information for you guys. And I love you guys so much. I love the black community. That's the difference between me and him. He hangs around with racists that tried to kill a black woman. He hates the black community. I love the black community. Okay. So, yeah, thank you so much. I will see y'all later. I got to go. I got to drink some tea and get these readings done. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all later on tonight. Okay. All right. Love and light, y'all.